This look is inspired by Selena Gomez's makeup look. The flawless matte finish with bold eyeliner, silver eyeshadows, and of course the timeless red lip. I've already moisturized my face, so now I'm going in with sunscreen. The one that I'm using has a luminous finish, which is perfect because it gives me that natural lit from within glow as a base. It's like prepping the canvas before the actual painting. Next, I'm reaching for the concealer. I am applying it under my eyes, around my lips, and on any dark spots, whether they are from acne, pigmentation, or even just birthmarks. The idea isn't to hide who we are, but to even out the skin tone and create a smooth base for the rest of the look. This one is a bit darker than my skin tone, so it actually works as a corrector for me. For concealers, we actually have to use the shades which are lighter than our skin tone. But anyways, now I'm blending it all with a makeup brush. You could easily do this step with your fingers too. But since I have a brush handy, I prefer the precision it gives. The key here is to dab and not to drag the product, so it melts seamlessly into the skin. And here's something I want to say. Concealers and correctors are absolute game changers. Even if you are not wearing a full foundation, just doing a little spot concealing can completely transform how fresh and awake you look. Sometimes you don't even need a full face of base makeup. A touch up of concealer in the right places is more than enough. Now I'm going in with the True Match foundation by Chambor. This one is oil based, and what I love about it is that it's on the lighter side. It's a light coverage foundation, but it leaves behind this gorgeous glowy finish which makes the skin look fresh and radiant. I'm taking a small amount on my brush and dabbing it all over my face, making sure not to drag the product, just gently pressing it in. To make the foundation really melt into the skin and look seamless, I am also using a makeup buffer. It helps push the product into the skin so it looks natural rather than just sitting on top. Now, when it comes to foundation, I think it's important to choose based on the look you are going for. If you want a dewy, radiant finish, go for an oil based or hydrating formula that reflects light and gives that fresh glow. But if you are going for a matte finish, especially bold looks like this one, a matte or semi matte foundation works better because it keeps the shine controlled and gives you that smooth velvety canvas. Both have their charm. Dewy feels soft and luminous, while matte feels sophisticated and long lasting. Now, since Selena's look was all about bold eyes with that stunning silver pop, I'm starting with a silver eyeshadow and gently depositing it onto my eyelid with the help of a brush. This one is from Colorbar, and I really love how smooth and pigmented it is. By the way, all the products that I've used for this makeup look will be listed in the description box below. I've also added direct links for your convenience, and in case I couldn't find certain products online, I've still mentioned the exact details so that you can pick them up from wherever they are available. So don't forget to check out the description box after watching this video. You know, one thing I wanted to share with you guys is that makeup takes time and patience. The looks that you see online in short reels or quick transitions are, of course, super fun and entertaining to watch, but in reality, makeup is always a step by step buildable process. Alright, now that the silver shade is packed onto my lid, I'm reaching for one of my all-time favorite palettes, the Sivana Eyeshadow Color Palette. Honestly, this palette has been a staple in almost all of my recent looks, and what I especially love about it is the highlighter shade. It is so versatile. I'm using that highlighter shade to brighten up my brow bone and the high points of my eyelids just to bring more dimension and light into the eyes. And then, of course, blending it all together. Blending is the key to making any eyeshadow look seamless. You don't want any harsh lines, just a smooth transition where all the shades melt into each other beautifully. Now comes the most important part of the look, the eyeliner. Because honestly, it's the star of the whole makeup and it just has to be right. While I was doing this step, I realized that all of my sketch pen eyeliners had dried up. I didn't really have a good high quality eyeliner at hand right now. But then I remembered I had this Zudio eyeliner lying around. To be honest, I had originally picked it up just for fun, for doing little tattoos or something for creating a bindi look, but nothing too serious. But that day, it really came to my rescue. Now, I won't say it was easy. The brush on this eyeliner is very thin, so creating that bold, defined line took me extra time and patience, but in the end, it saved my day. I have to give credit to it. Of course, the quality isn't as great as some of the high-end liners, but if you are on a budget or if you're just practicing your eyeliner skills, this is actually a decent option to go for. Once I managed to get the eyeliner done, not exactly the way I had imagined it, but still bold and sharp enough, I moved on to mascara. And for me, mascara is an absolute essential step. It instantly opens up the eyes and completes the whole eye look. Now, let me also tell you something very personal here. I don't prefer using false lashes. Maybe someday I'll try them, but for now, I like keeping it real. We are already putting so many cosmetics and products on our skin, so for me, avoiding falsies, whether it's lashes or even eye lenses, just feels a bit better. Nothing wrong with it, whoever loves to do it. I mean, I'm totally in for that, but it's just purely a personal choice though. If you enjoy them, absolutely go for it. Makeup is about expressing yourself the way you like it, and there's no strict rules. I'm using the same mascara to do my eyebrows. I'm not going for anything too intense here, just brushing them through lightly so they look a bit more defined, almost like they have been freshly waxed. This adds just a touch of color and shape without making them look harsh. Moving on to lips, I'm starting off by using a liquid matte lipstick as my lip liner here. I'm very carefully outlining the shape of my lips with it, and this little trick really works wonders. Using a liquid lipstick as a liner not only helps in creating fuller looking lips, but it also lasts much longer than a regular lip liner. Once I've traced the shape, I'm using the leftover product on the applicator to gently fill in the lips. I'll be layering the creamy matte lipstick on top. The shades I've chosen aren't exactly the same, and that's intentional. I wanted to create a soft ombre effect. The deeper outline with the liquid lipstick adds definition, while the creamy matte lip shade in the center makes the lips look more dimensional and plump. This method makes your lip color super long lasting. Since liquid lipsticks dry down to a transfer proof finish, they act almost like a seal underneath. When you top it with another lipstick, your lips not only feel more comfortable but also become smudge proof, waterproof, and honestly they last long without much need of touch ups. To finish off this makeup, I'm just taking the same brush I used for my foundation and lightly going around my eyes and lips with whatever product is left on it. I'm not adding anything new, just using the leftovers to softly clean up and freshen the look. Now, if we look back at Selena's original makeup picture, she paired it with a very sleek, clean hairstyle, hair tied back, nothing too distracting, which kept all the focus on her bold eyes and classic red lips. You can totally recreate that for the same chic, clean girl aesthetic, but also you can leave your hair open if you have had a nice blow dry or if your natural texture looks great when it's down. Either way works. It just depends on your vibe. I'd really love to know how you liked this look. Your thoughts and opinions mean so much to me. Would love to read your comments. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.